Tony, Adam, hey, congratulations on your new film, Re-election.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Gig. Thank you.
You know, I love these delightful comedies, especially that it has that strong message at the end. But Adam, let's hear it from you where the original idea came from for Re-election.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Texas, and so I went to the real Richardson High School, and I have a lot of friends in Dallas and in that area, and then for the past all this time I've been living in LA, and as the world has gotten more politicized, I wanted to tell a story like a mainstream throwback, nostalgic comedy that both my friends in Texas and my friends in California could like, about empathy and about public service and about how the point of serving the public is to focus on the public and not focus on yourself. And that was the initial draw of the idea. Yeah.
Tony, tell us what drew you in that you wanted to be part of this project.
Well, I really I like to do movies, Gig, and Adam, we talked about it, and I really like the father-son relationship. I think it's important, and I think that the character that Jimmy is a relatable character to a lot of kids, a lot of young people, both his age and younger, who find themselves struggling in this economy after doing everything right, going to college, doing the thing that, what everybody said they were supposed to do, and still struggling, and then not living up to your expectations. So I think it's relatable, and I think he does a good job of framing that situation.
Building on what Tony just said to either of you, in this case, this is like a message about like millennials, which is almost I feel like is it's like a sandwich generation between like trying to grow up and not trying to grow up and trying to stick to the past and trying to adopt new things. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a really interesting, like you say, sandwich generation, and we don't feel you. I mean, I'll speak for millennials, not that I really am one, but we don't feel like we're old. We don't feel like we missed it. But then when anything happens, it feels like technologically or social media wise, or just all the dynamics we talk about, gender, all those things that we don't know. We don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, and so I think it was a movie of feeling like fish out of water in so many ways, just societally feeling fish out of water. Like where are we, in the sort of zeitgeist?
Tony, how do you feel, going into a movie like this and all these youngsters using social media and all these lingo and that kind of stuff?
Well, it's easy for me because I'm naturally messed up with all of that anyway, so it's very easy. I'm a Luddite. That's what I am. So I'm a proud Luddite. No, I listen. I try my best, but it overwhelms me. It really does sometimes. I'm not. I feel like it'll draw me in, and I'm already messed up with it. I don't need it. It's something else in my life. So I'm like I said, a proud Luddite.
It was interesting just on that, when we were shooting this, we were trying to decide, should we make it Twitter? Should we make it TikTok? Have you seen the movie?
I have.
Yeah. So we were trying to decide, should we take, and it was a big conversation. And ultimately we landed on TikTok. And then I was regretting that for 6 months because I thought TikTok was going to get banned. But then Twitter turned into X and TikTok got saved. And, you just never know where any of this stuff's going to go, Yeah.
It is so true. And what I love about this film is the fact that the theme of the character, he's so stuck in the 90s. Can you talk about good kind of transforming that? But I was even more amazed that you even found stuff from the 90s to even recreate this.
Well, we had a great design team. Amy Lee Wheeler, give her the credit, and her props team. I mean, they found all these things that were hard to find, Zima bottles and on down. But we had the iMac, the blue iMac that was in Stan's memorabilia, and we had which Tony did so beautifully.
The 8-ball.
The 8-ball, the magic 8-ball. Yeah, there was so many little pieces of nostalgia which have now become obviously a centerpiece of our whole everything.
Can you both talk about the development of chemistry as a father-son relationship on a film like this?
Oh, let me go first.
Please.
I didn't have any problem. I mean, right from the beginning, first of all, the script is well written, but right away, you know, he's pretty good. He's really pretty good, and so it made it pretty easy to fall into that kind of relationship.
I love this guy. Let me just say, I'm gonna tell you, Gig, and I'm gonna tell the world that I love this guy. You know, I always loved him, just obviously as a fan, as a kid, blah blah. But I actually met him briefly. We'd worked on another show together in South Africa, but we really spent time together on this for the first time. And from the first day you were there, I mean, when somebody like Tony Danza walks onto a set, people don't watch the director anymore. They all look at him and they say, "What's the tone of this gonna be? Is this going to be a thing where we're all going to work as a team? Is this going to be a thing where we're going to have?" And Tony right away was just on my side, on my team, had my back, and it falls from him. I mean, it falls from him. And when he did that, it was right away, right as soon as you got there. And I love him. I love Tony Danza.
Here's the extra 10. That was
Okay. Did I miss a line? I got it. Okay, yeah.
And both of you were in the case, besides the high school scenes, you know, being a souvenir shop with you know, historical references. Adam, what is the, you know, your likability towards history itself?
I'm a huge history buff. I'm very specifically a presidential historical buff. From those dolls that are in the movie, the George Washington doll and Abraham Lincoln doll, those are my dolls. Those are my personal dolls that I had since I was a kid. I've been deeply fascinated by presidential history my whole life. And so all that stuff, you know, I know the slogans, I know the campaigns, you know, Tippecanoe and Tyler too. I know all this stuff. Like I'm very interested in presidential politics and presidential history and what it says about the society that elects the leaders that we elect. And yeah, I am interested in it.
Well said. Well, gentlemen, thank you both for speaking to us about re-election. I love this film. Love how Adam being in so many different scenes and interacting with the entire cast. And Tony, I've just you being in the film, I feel like I'm transported back to like Who's the Boss, and
I like to be transported back myself.
So thank you, gentlemen, for
Okay,
speaking to us.
thanks talking to you.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.